this right back, Charlie. Against this right back, Charlie.
People deluded. Make sure you get your Trapaholic keys, man. www.trapaholic.co.uk. Come on, man. Make sure you get it, man. Don't miss out. Come on. Day. Look, it's all matching and shit. I've seen come.
People deluded. I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
Because you always use that active when defenders have been given like. Because you always use that active when defenders have been given like.
People deluded. I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. We're muted. Am I live? Of course I'm live. People deluded. I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. Obviously, shameless plug, people. After this live stream, as you know, it's Arsenal versus Leicester. Unfortunately, it's a 3 p.m. kickoff, so we're going to have to watch it on the stream. Nonetheless, it's watch-along business. I have a spoiler to say. I think for the next 2 weeks after this watch-along, I think the Fulham game and whatever after that, I'll be unable to do watch-alongs for that. You'll get your reviews. You'll get my opinions on the games. I will watch the game. After that, we're back again, innit? As usual, I hope you've all had a great weekend. I hope you've all had a great weekend, or you're having a great start to the weekend, better yet, off the back of a fantastic week. Hope you and your loved ones are fit and healthy. And I hope where your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, aspirations, all of that good stuff is obviously you've made positive progress. Appreciative of you lot locked in on Twitch and YouTube. Please smash the like button. 200 likes. We look at the transfer news. Selfishly, I haven't listened better yet, or watched, or read Mikel Arteta's press conference, so we might as well go over his press conference, look at transfer news, etc., as we get ourselves in match mode. I hope every one of you have done your FPL teams, because if you haven't by this point, then you're in trouble, because I think the deadline was actually 11 p.m. As I said, it will be live on YouTube and Twitch, so yeah, make sure you take that in, people. I hope you're all doing well and safe. Let me remove the screen. So yeah, big up you lot, people. Again, Black Kid, what a name. I appreciate that. Sir EO, thank you very much. And Deluded's in the chat there. Apart from that, there ain't too many of you tugs locked in. Yeah, so any talking points, questions, anything, feel no sort of way of getting them in. We've got 24 likes. Twitch gang, I hope you're doing well and safe. I actually don't know what you lot are doing, because I need to actually, let me look at my Twitch manager. Okay, everything is cushy, everything is blessed. Everything seems to be running smoothly this morning. It's a great one, isn't it? Yo, DG, morning. You watching the early kickoff in the background? Could be an entertaining game. What's the time? Yeah, why not, man? Big up, DG. Sun's out today, so it's a stroll for the Gooners. I hope so. I hope so. The sun's shining. I hope Odegaard cooks. I think I captained Jesus, so he's definitely vice captain. I'm hoping on the phone ringing. I hope Telemans actually plays well, so that obviously we can get that one done. Don't let Telemans leave the Emirates without confirming that signing, really and truly. I hope we can get 2 wins from 2. I hope actually we can have a positive August. And for me, I'd say the first 3 games in particular, obviously, you can never write off teams and things like that. And by no means am I assuming Arsenal are going to stroll up against Leicester or in our next game and be out there and win it. But our fixture list, the first 3 games, so the first 9 points available is kind of than last year, where we had Chelsea, City, and out of the 3, we should have really beat Brentford or be up for it. But yeah, we got savaged in all them games for whatever reason. So I'm looking at the first 3 games in particular. As you already know, if we was to do a diagnosis of Arsenal season, I know some fans console themselves with if we just started the game better, if we had better season better, if we had better squad players, this, that, and the other. There's many reasons, you know. Game management evidently was an issue last season. Inability to score goals, inability when things go wrong to really react to that, inability really to cope with injuries and things like that. We didn't start the season well. We didn't end it well. We ended it on a high, but when it was the crunch period games, we crumbled. So yeah, man, there's almost like three. If you was to break down a 38 game calendar, I almost look at it in 3-4 parts. All I'm focused on, I know it's summertime, I know carnivals soon land, I know it's hot in the United Kingdom, as you lot can hear with my fan. But from now to the end of the year, I know the World Cup kind of complicates things. Arsenal just need to focus on, smash the like button. Arsenal just need to focus on being in and amongst the pack for the top 4. Then we need to manage that January, February/March period, get into April/May, and then it's a final showdown. So yeah, let's just focus on whatever points tally we need from now to the end of the season. Let's just focus on having a positive August. Again, you can never just say Arsenal are going to turn up and win games, but the preseason optimism has followed us into the season. It's our first home game of the season. The fans, them atmosphere, one thing you have to give Arteta and our fans, and actually everyone connected to the club, fans or whatever, there is a better connection with the fans. The Emirates is never going to be the noisiest or the most dangerous of atmospheres. You know, neither was Highbury, but the atmosphere is a lot. And the same way when we rock up away from home and, you know, whatever the other team's doing or the manager's doing, they are talking points. But the crowd, we need to play on that. It's a great day for football. It's a great day to fucking be playing at the Emirates where the grass is cut to a certain standard. Look at the Emirates, bro. I'd give a lot to play 10 minutes there. It's a nice day to make the ball do the movement. I want to see Wenger ball today. I don't really care who plays. You know, if it's Zinchenko, Odegaard, all you lot, Saka and that, make the passes happen, innit? Odegaard, make sure you shoot because Maddison's playing today. And that the only thing I'm really concerned about with Leicester, for me personally, is James Maddison, is Yuri Telemans, is Drewsbury Hall, is that midfield. You know, do I think Leicester could show up? Do I think Leicester will show up? Of course. If I'm Rodgers, I'm vexed. I'm vexed because I ain't been able to get players out or bring players in I wanted. We've let some experienced boys go. They had a 2-goal lead last week, and they effed it up. Our boy Josh De Silva, who's at Brentford, did a thing. If I'm Brentford, I keep saying Brentford, Leicester, I'm vexed. I'm telling them, yo, we're patterning against Arsenal. If I'm Arsenal, I can't lie. Leicester struggle away from home. They've struggled against us away from home. I'm going with 3-1 Arsenal. I want to see carnage, you know. That defense can't keep a clean sheet. That is not the first choice defense that Brendan Rodgers wants. Go and make sure he can go and put in a performance that highlights the inabilities. Big up Amati, you know. I'm not to draw out the IC freeze, but he's error prone. Get at that, you know. I want to see what I saw in the first 20 minutes against Palace and what we saw in pre-season. Intensity, pressing. I need to see a couple goals in the first 20. You know, make them crumble. Make them look. Make the centre backs ask the fullbacks for support. Make the fullbacks get and create uncertainty. Play on the crowd. We've got plenty of reason. New signings, optimism for the new season. Good pre-season. The sun's shining. First game of the season at the Emirates. It's got to be lit. I'm going with 3-1 Arsenal because Vardy ain't scored against us for a minute. You know, them things never last forever, innit? So he probably will bag. You know, if we could go with if we could get a clean sheet, great. But you know, if Jesus could get a goal or two, if one of the A-Lem boys could chip in, if Telemans could have a great game, and ultimately we get 3 points, crazy. And then man, they got Ward in goal. Respectfully to Ward, he's not their first choice keeper. I'm sure they want to bring in someone. Go and make it look like he's a third choice keeper. You can never write off teams because we have played against Brighton and Palace before last season and struggled without key players. You know, you look at the Chelsea away game or Arsenal at home to Man United. We won those games without our first choice fullbacks. Probably, if I can remember correctly, Partey weren't even there either. So you can't really read into that. Yeah, you can say we should be winning this. You look at our August fixture, you could say we should be getting a respectable amount of points. But the scariest thing and the most beautiful thing about the Premier League is everything can go out the window when the game's played. If I'm Leicester, I'm going there to spoil Arsenal's party. You know, hopefully that's not the case. And for Arsenal, there's pressure for spots now. There's talk of doing things in the market. You know, there's pressure for who's going to make the starting 11, much less the bench. Because if everyone's fit, some man are not playing ball. So let's hope it's a good game. But like you said, Wood. And if I'm honest, if we're building on the Palace game, fucking test the keeper. Because that's the first thing. I know we scored. Martinelli bagged. I don't feel we test the keeper enough. And it goes back to the Everton game and really last season. We start games well. You know, every player apart from Ramsdale is in the opposition's half. We press well. We don't let them out. The passes are going. The fans them are going. But I just think Arsenal need that added intensity to go and get them goals. And that's what I want to see. Do not give these lot a rest. Do not give these lot, you know, anytime. And a bit like us, Leicester are their own worst enemies. They did well in the first couple of periods against Brentford. They played well. They played with a swagger. Telemans is smacking up the poles. Maddison's doing a Mazza. Shrewsbury Hall is decent, but they let themselves down. So both teams can kind of be their best friends or worst enemies across the season. And obviously, it really. Mings and Diego Carlos partnership. What do you think, DG? Maybe. It'll be interesting to see how Saliba deals with Vardy. Of course, not just him, but the whole team, really. A bit like with Zaha. Ben White obviously shut up shop and pocketed him and did quite well, but it weren't just that, and it can't just be that, Ben White at right back was dealing with Zaha and all he could. Saka was putting in a shift where Ben White couldn't, and Saliba was mopping up. That's how football should be. It's very rarely just one man packing the other, really. Like, I go back to when Lukaku had a bit of hype around his name. Do you remember the Liverpool game early last season where I think Chelsea might have went down to 10 men and it was a good result, but all the hype was Van Dijk versus Lukaku. Now, if you watch the game, who was the one that kept Lukaku quiet? It was Joel Matip. So again, my point being, it's a collective effort. We don't score, one man don't score goals like that. We ain't got Henry and them man there. You're going to dance past the whole team. One man can't defend. Our first defender is Gabriel Jesus. Our first attacker is Ramsdale. I want to see that. One thing I have liked with whatever Arteta's done in the coaching front and whatever we're seeing on the pitch, Ramsdale's not just kicking it into the channels for Saka. People are coming short. Saka is still providing that option. Martinelli the same. Jesus is obviously an outlet, and obviously you can feed it into midfield. It's a great day for it. I don't want no complacency. The Crystal Palace game's irrelevant. It's gone now. We won the game. We take the positives. We work on the negatives. We go again. We've not done anything. We've not proved anything. There's 30. Well, at this moment, there's 37 more games. That's 37 more cup finals, excluding the Europa League and all of these things, because as much as it's beautiful at Arsenal, things can turn really ugly if you start dropping points and stuff. And there's going to be periods this season where we're doing better than others, but we need to just manage the course and go on and do well. As I said, please make sure you're hitting the like button. Twitch can get your opinions in. Please make sure you set your reminders on the next video. Shortly after this, we go live once again to obviously watch Arsenal versus Leicester live from 2 p.m. Get Yuri medical done straight after the game. Amen, my guy. Don't let him leave, Edu, you shouldn't even be watching the game from the stands. Invite Telemans' executives and the decision makings at Leicester. Put them in the diamond box or whatever them fancy Emirates things are. Go and dot I's, cross T's. Don't let that man go without giving him a new shirt and things like that, really. And for Telemans, it's in his best interest to play well for obvious reasons, with him being linked with Arsenal, for potentially other clubs, for the fact of he's going to be a free agent soon, and the fact of he's got a World Cup to think about, and he's just a wavy player. And it's a nice day for it. Same way it's a nice day for it with Arsenal players. Maddison, Telemans, them and there. It's a nice day to play football. Definitely in England, they'll be worse. Leicester will park it probably, but very rarely do you see a team just shut up shop for 90 minutes per se. So they will throw punches. And with Arsenal, the concentration has to be there, because when things are going right, how much times have you seen in a football game the opposition's being put under pressure? The other team has one chance, go over there, scores, flips it on its head. We're accustomed to that as Arsenal fans. That's what Wenger was at the Emirates. We'll have 90% possession, maybe the more opportunities, might not necessarily score. They go down the other end and score. So this is what football is about, man. Appreciate that guy, DY. Big up, DG. Get the likes up. Smash up, people. You know the drill. Subscribe and keep it moving. Tell them again. Morning, DG. Your thoughts on where you think we finished this year? We can finish as high as fourth. Maybe a third is whoever's third, which I personally think Liverpool, City, Chelsea, that's their man's thing. If one of them are messing about like last season, we could have finished third, but I think we can finish as high as third, fourth. We can finish as low as fifth, eighth again, because that's what we've been doing. As I said, we can be our best friends or our worst enemies. How good are Arsenal at their worst? Can you win games that everything's gone wrong? Because that's what happens. You really think if you ask Klopp and Pep over the 38-game calendar, how many games, not necessarily played well, because you get where I'm going, but how many games did everything go to plan? Very minimal. How good are we at our worst? I want us to be at our best today, but how good are we at our worst? That's something. We need to be able to win games we should have lost. We need to be able to draw games we deserve nothing from, and we need to go out there, especially when there's an era of expectation. Forget the noise, forget the fans, expectation on yourselves. It's a good, much like life, when everything's going right, Arsenal's a positive place to be right now. Everybody's playing for spots. And when I look at who I think are the leaders of this team as well, in Odegaard and Jesus, bro, you lot need to prove you're the guys. Odegaard's got talent, but he's at Arsenal quite didn't right can't happen at Madrid. Jesus is a fantastic team player, fantastic player, but he's not necessarily recognized beyond the obvious in his own right. So you lot, and not just them, everyone else should want to play well for yourself. Some of you have different reasons. All I care about is you lot remember how it felt last season to ultimately fail. You know, no one likes failure. No one likes failure. Even that kid in school act like he didn't care about class. You know, if you go and get 0 out of whatever in a test, no one likes to feel like a dunce. So remember how it felt to crumble last year. Remember how it felt when everyone was talking you up. Remember how it felt when you messed up. All you need is your own motivation. The club should look internally. Don't listen to no noise, because the same people that talk you up, the same people that say you're bottlers. I need us to keep a level of amen, 30, living up to the name again. I need us to keep a level of consistency, because it's lovely winning when the sun is shining and when we're playing at home. But the away games at Brighton, where it's raining and cold, we really need to get those too. Amen. Captain Hayes too. Hope we didn't jinx it. It is what it is, bro. Yeah, we can't let Yuri back on the team, bro. Kidnapping, bro. Like, Telemans needs to walk into the wrong changing rooms. Appreciate that. Hi, DG and chat. Anticipating a good game today. Els, I hope so. I think we all are, but there's an element of nerves. I always get nervous. Pardon me where Arsenal's concerned, just because, in a nice way. 52 likes, people. 150, just under 148, and we can go into the transfer news. You never know what Arsenal is going to turn up, really and truly. Pushing Partey higher out the pitch so he can replicate what he did at Atletico. Why not? But you're going to need the certain midfielders, man. Fofana about a bully Odegaard. Boy, it's a good thing it's not a direct battle. When Fofana, Telemans, Maddison, boy, I'm sure they all want to leave at some point. Play well in games like this is crazy. If the game is still in the balance, can you see Vieira coming on? Well, apparently he's not in the squad. He's back in training, but he's not in the squad. Apparently Smith Rowe and Tomiyasu are. I don't know if they will start, you know, because on one hand, you could say no one deserves to be dropped. On the other hand, if the best players in your team are fit, you should always play your best players. And if anything, bring them off, really and truly. It's not about necessarily being fair to people. It's about getting results. Now, obviously, if he was to make changes, you don't get a results. Man say, oh, why didn't you change things? If he keeps things the same and we don't win, why didn't you bring them in? You can never really win as a football manager or as someone connected to football. I love a question. Keep them coming. Do you think that the team will be able to apply pressure for the entire first half? The team sees to slow down after 20. And that's something I can't say yet. I can't say, you know, because that's something I want to see. And it comes with game management and experience. But obviously, age is on the nice side because these are young boys. But they've played enough games to know these sort of things. And with Arsenal, it's all 9 times out of 10. It's the same scenario. So I hope so. You know, you look at the game before Crystal Palace. Mikel Arteta made a big song and dance in particular about when we played them the last time. The first half an hour wasn't good. When you look at the first 20, 25 against Palace, that was our best period before we were under the cosh a bit. So I hope so. Appreciate the Trini badge. Trini Gooner said, man like DG, when do you reintegrate Tomiyasu, Smith Rowe and Tierney into the team? When they're all fit, really. Tierney, I'll be honest, Zinchenko, I can't lie. You're my guy and you give us a good option. But if Tierney's fit, games where I expect us to be in the trenches, he's playing. Tomiyasu's fit, Ben White, unfortunately, you're going to have to drop to the bench. Again, properly fit. Not that anyone deserves to be dropped. I like the partnership with Gabriel and Saliba. Right now, I think that's the thing. You need different partnerships. Gabriel and Ben White have played together more times than Saliba and Gabriel. Gabriel and Saliba is a blossoming partnership. So unfortunately, touch wood, Saliba might get injured or lose his form. You still need to be able to have different partnerships. You look at Liverpool, they're not crying about Konate and Matip or Van Dijk and Konate or whatever. City with Ruben Diaz, Stones and Laporte the same. You need a squad, really. So yeah, man, some months and some weeks will be kinder to others. There'll be different villains and heroes and villains and different protagonists and things, but you get the point. So frustrated that we can't watch 3 p.m. kickoffs on TV. Hope the stream is all smooth. Inshallah, my guy. I was looking forward to Vieira coming on for a 30-minute same, but it looks like we're just going to have to wait. And definitely where Arsenal are concerned, I just want guys, when they're proper fit, let them back in it. Let's not rush anyone back. We've seen with Ramsdale, Ben White, Tomiyasu, Partey, Kieran Tierney, Saka, actually. Players have played with knocks. Players have played on injuries. Players have been risks. And this is why you need a squad, really and truly. I'm curious to see what teams Arteta puts out for the cup game. Same, but probably the players that are not getting minutes. You'd imagine the way it's going with Fabio Vieira's fitness. I don't know when the Europa League comes into place, but that's when he'll get to do his thing. If Pepe doesn't move on, you know how Pepe in the Europa League / cup games are. So that will be his thing, really and truly. Apart from Arsenal, keep an eye on Romero Lavia. I mean, I've spoken about him before, and he's a worst kept secret, really. You know, you're at City for a reason. The young Belgium lad had a good game in the defeat to Spurs, and he'll keep blossoming. Morning, Justin. Hope you're doing well. Time to light a little way. I don't know what that is, but share it, mate. Smash the likes, like my guy Kay has said. Great questions, great talking points, man. Tonali would be a solid signing, but the dream is free. The Arsenal was sold separately. Saliba and Fofana reunion today. I hear that. Facts. Yuri can stay in London in his new home. 3-0. Saka, Jesus, Martinelli will score. I can't lie. I put Martinelli in my team as well. Trying to think, man. Trying to think. It's a good game to send a message, and I think that's what Arsenal need to do more of. I hear that. Interesting. Well, go on, green flag. I'm there, man. Can you see Rodgers springing any surprises tactically? Maybe a different system. He's done it before, and I remember a game at the Emirates a few years ago. If I can remember correctly, Vardy scored. Mustafi was there them times as well, really and truly. Was there them times. First half, we was all over them, and I can't remember what Rodgers did tactically, but he did something, and we lost that. Rodgers is a great tactician, so you can't disrespect them, you know, and they've got a reason. The whole world, if they had to bet their life savings, very few people probably put Leicester ahead of Arsenal today, and that's what Leicester got to play on. My third kit is arriving on Tuesday, bro. They're not answering my phone, bro. I just want to know where my backside shit is, bro. Had enough. DG Brazilian Don. If Zinchenko keeps playing at left back due to great performances or a winning start, I hope Arteta can deal with an unhappy player. Better this than a Aubameyang situation. I mean, you shouldn't be happy about not playing, but you need a squad. Simple as that. If you want to play games, make it so the gaffer can't drop you. And you look at City, there's a couple of players that can't be dropped. And historically, where Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Mahrez, Raheem Sterling, Gundogan, there was times where, like throughout the last couple of years, where obviously they're all talented boys, but there was periods where these names, when you think of City or the last game or whatever, they were the ones really standing out. Do that, you know. Zinchenko give Arteta every reason to be up at night and have no sleep about, do I go with you and Tierney? Ben White, he might make him sit there and go, I don't want to drop Saliba, Gabriel's my guy, Ben White has to play, I want to bring in Tomiyasu. Give the guy problems. You know, we need problems. We need a squad. You want to see problems in the attack, which you could have. Smith Rowe when fit. Listen, Smith Rowe will always play under me, whether it's long term as an 8, as a 10, off that left. Same with Martinelli. Saka, again, you want to see a right winger come in and breathe down Saka's neck, pause, and give him problems. Jesus, obviously, no one's really going to play ahead of him up front. Eddie, do your thing. You know, you signed a new deal. If everybody's pushing each other, if everyone's put high expectations on themselves, if everyone in a healthy way is having to look over their shoulder, that should rid some sort of complacency. Are we going to tickle their bellies? If that's what they want to do. You have to earn the right to play in the EPL. There are no easy games. Jamaican gonna shout my JA Tugs as well. I don't know where my... Hey, we're there. Shout goodbye this as well, mate. But yeah, you're right, fella. You're fully right. Shout out to you as well, man. I see preseason settings 4-5 goals. Bro, I'm on that. I just want to, you know, watch us sauce it and head to my barbecue. That's all I want to do on Saturday in good spirits, mate. That's all I want to do. That is all I want to do, fella. Make sure you're hitting the like button and setting your reminders on the pinned tweet on YouTube, by the way. A man said pinned tweet, pinned message. Watch along business after this. Appreciative to you lot, man. While I like talking about Arsenal and talking points, you lot make the channel, man, really. I don't know what you're saying there, Joseph, but yeah, allow me, man. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well and safe, people. So yeah, man. Hopefully we do the business. If not, boy. Big up DG. Where do you see as our biggest weakness against Leicester? Complacency, because I can't predict the future, but what I expect is we're going to start strong. The fans, them are going to be making noise. The players are going to throw little jabs and that. But are we going to get that goal? You know, are we going to really put Ward under pressure? Are we going to make him look like a second, third choice keeper? I would say us. I need to see that hunger. I need to see that sort of thing to get the goal. Get 2-3 goals. You know, don't go 0-0 into the end of the game if it's like that. Score goals. Goals change games. If we're dominating the game and they go down the other end and score, we made our task harder because we now have to get 2 goals to get something that we want out of this game. So I would say that. Midfield battle, of course. I'm not concerned about the pressing and the intensity of that. It's the midfield battle. You know, I think the midfield battle is where I'm looking at the most, in the counter-attack, really. And ourselves, like I said, concentration, all them things there. Because as I won't say the Palace game was perfect, but in terms of the start of the season, it was all right. But there was little brain farts. There was potential penalty incidences. You know, Ramsdale had a bit of a brain fart. Ben White had a couple of nonchalant passes, even Saka and Gabriel and that. And that's going to happen. People make mistakes, but you get it. Odegaard needs to add goals to his game. Anything other than 10 and 10 this year for Odegaard is a failure for his talent. We need consistent goals from midfield. I hear you. I don't think beyond the Fabio Vieiras, Zinchenko, if he plays there, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, like you said, they're the man that are going to score goals. Granit might score the occasional banger against De Gea and that. Partey might score one day, a screamer. and he might score a header, but you're not going to get too much change out of them. But you're right, Odegaard has the ability. He got 7 in the league, 7 goals, 6 assists, can definitely do a lot better. And it was very encouraging hearing his comments after the Palace game, and he was giving his perspective. He thought he had to take an extra touch. I won't lie, I agree with you, because in numbers have never been more important in today's day and age, especially when you're playing in them final third positions. But for me, with Martin Odegaard, he is our creative impotence. He is our impetus. He is our captain. He is all these things. But I personally think there's a lot more to come in terms of him dominating games. I think he needs to look at David Silva. I think we could, long term, I want to sacrifice what he might want to do in the final third and give our team great impetus. I see no reason as to one day he can't play as, ironically, the number he's got, a left-sided 8. I really think, not quite Santi Cazorla, but he could be that. And I think he needs to do that a bit more. So that would be my thing for him. My thing for Odegaard would be as well, you know, you're a veteran compared to some of these younger players, and obviously he plays well. We hail him up, but I want to know that you're the guy. When I think of Arsenal, I think of you. When I think of Arsenal versus Leicester or whatever, I think of your name. I think he could do that. Then next, I would like to see goals and assists. You are right, because there's not too many goal scorers. We struggle to score goals. We struggle to create goals off the back of last season. Transfer related, DG, smash the like button. 200, we get into that. Who would you rather sign out of Pino, Gakpo, and Diaby? Oof, probably between Diaby and Pino. I want a clean sheet. I hope so, but I want 3 points first. Anything else we do is superficial, really and truly, isn't it? Like, let's just get the win first and then break them things there down. Brighton selling Mupay for 15 million. I swear that's the same amount we got for Guendouzi plus Leno, probably. Morning, Josh. Why are they selling Mupay? Or at least he won't be here. Partey will score a screamer today. I hope so. I don't care who scores, how we score, just that we score and ultimately win the game, bro. I just want to win the game, man. Winning's like a drug, innit? To a nitty. You can't. It's lovely to win, so I can tweet, oh, good morning to everyone whose team got 3 points. Gakpo is a slightly techier Rashford. I hear that. What's the time on the clock? I can't lie, people, just because I'm conscious of time. Smash the like button. I want to see specifically what Mikel Arteta has said in relation to this game. Arsenal, keep your opinions coming. Just making a timestamp. How much of an influence, 3 p.m. UK time kickoff, bro? How much of an influence do you reckon a Xhaka replacement would have on our creativity, DJ? Well, if you get that proper progressive 8 that's press resistant, that's able to carry a ball up the field and dribble like a Kovacic thing, then it helps you away from home. It helps him connect. It helps other players stay further up the field. It helps us dictate play a bit more. So it would be a lot. It would aid us in scoring goals, really and truly. Simple as that, if I'm completely honest. So yeah, that's what I would say, really, to humor your question. Obviously, let's look at Mikel Arteta's press conference. Arteta press conference reaction. Yeah, you're bugging out about 2 p.m., boy. I don't know about that. Tomiyasu against Barnes. Maybe White should play, as I think Tomiyasu might be a bit rusty. The only thing I could see with Tomiyasu is match fitness. Obviously, he got 45 minutes against Man United's under-21s last weekend. He hasn't had much of a preseason. If he's proper fit, then he plays for me. If he's 90%, 85%, leave it out, really and truly. Telemans will want to have a monster game today, given the links with Arsenal. We need to stay focused and punish Leicester early. Amen. Should I watch the City game instead, DG? Instead of Arsenal? I don't know about that, fella. I don't know about that. I told you, man, Nuno was a top talent. That's why he's been bought for 8 million. First game in France, he bangs a screamer. I mean, you could say he's just found his level, really. And to be honest with you, that's good that he scored a screamer. Loan reports recorded, people. I need to release it after this. It's all about how you defending that as well. We know Tavares can go forward. We know he's chaos in a good way. If Tavares could marry being switched on, being good 1v1 positioning and that, he could be a perfect left back for us if he just learned to think. So while I'm happy he scored, that's not it, really and truly. He defended quite well in that game, but there was times he switched off. He got forward and he should have had assists, but there was times he not picking out a man. Scoring a goal is great. It's a bit like Saliba's slide tackle on Mbappe. That's great, but it doesn't mean much. It's about the weaknesses. As long as Tavares can come back a more confident player, more reliable player, we're there. I hope he is special, because that means he can either be used at Arsenal Football Club or sold on for a profit, really. So yeah, hopefully he does well, man. And he playing a high line, exactly. Even if he's not special, bro, it is what it is. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. 94 likes, people. We're making progress. But yeah, selfishly, keep your opinions and them things there coming, people. I want to see what the gaffer has said on the eve of this, people. What have we got now? Every word from Arteta pre-Leicester Press. So let's see. On how training has been in the lead up to the game, people. 1 sec, we need a juice, or better yet, water. Stay hydrated, folks. It's been really good. The boys have been training fantastically well. Obviously, the weather conditions have helped a lot. We had a busy week with some players leaving the club. There's a lot to do, and we wish them the best. In relation to Tomiyasu Smith-Rowe and Fabio Vieira, they've been reintegrated into training this week. All of them, they are in different phases, but some of them will be in the squad. So I think that means these two. Fabio Vieira, you know, I know we're all giggity, and personally, I'm keen to see Fabio Vieira because he's a technically smart player, high IQ, can play as a 10, can play as a number left-sided 8. You know, and from what I've heard, Mikel was kind of talking about his versatility. He's almost a Wenger player. Him, Odegaard, Smith-Rowe, Zinchenko, these are the men that were here when we was doing the Emirates thing. So this is what I want to see, people. On if Tierney is nearing full fitness, he played 15 or 20 minutes last weekend. He did really well. He's been out for a long time after the knee injury, but he looks in perfect condition now and ready to go. So that, you know, Arteta's got to ask himself, do I drop Zinchenko out or do I bring Tierney in? These are the problems we need. Unfortunately, Reece Nelson's picked up an injury, people, and he could be out for a while. On Twitter, it's speculated for a few months. He felt something in training. We scanned it, and the doctor came with some bad news. It's a muscular injury, and hopefully he'll be back soon. DG, do you have any pre-game superstitions before Arsenal games and your own Sunday League games? Sunday League, I put even though I'm right-footed, I put my whole left-sided stuff on first, the left-sided sock, all of that stuff, shin pad, all of that stuff first. Maybe back a little rear left. In relation to Arsenal, nothing in particular apart from praying, mate. Like, on what he makes of Leicester this season in comparison to last year, it's been one game, so I don't know about that. But he said, I think it's difficult to compare. We've just played one competitive match. They've had some good games. I watched the game against Sevilla, and they've been together for a long time. It's a really strong squad with a manager and coaching staff that have been doing a fantastic job and have huge experience in the league. It's always difficult against them. On if he's worried about the weather, obviously it is something. We're going to have to adapt our game. It's the conditions and the context of the game. We're going to have to adapt to it. We know we're going to have the water break and get the players in the best possible condition to adapt to it. That's it. We need to play the game we want. I mean, the sun's shining at the Emirates. Mikel Arteta on water breaks. Pardon me. We might just do a massa. On if he'll change his approach to the game based on the heat. Well, naturally, maybe not the core components, but you have to adapt. We have to adapt. Players will need to be ready mentally to play in those conditions. And it's going to both that pressing and intensity, bro, it takes a lot of energy to do. Something we've kind of had to deal with in pre-season as well when we was in America. So let's hope we got a bit more about us than Leicester in that regard. Because it's not something that we do normally. We have 5 subs as well, which is very helpful. It's a combination of factors. On how important having 5 subs will be, I think it will be really important. It's really helpful, and it gives the team and individual players many more chances and hope to participate in matches. It's educating players as well that not playing 90 minutes is not an issue, especially when you have so many games in the season. Amen. Today will be a good test for Saliba. Vardy as an engine on him. Exactly. Not just Saliba, the whole team. The whole team. It's a collective unit. The defensive unit, Ramsdale, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tierney, Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, whoever plays there. In the same way, I want Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, all them man there to say, yo, I want Jesus to say, yo, I'm getting a goal or something today. Saka, I'm getting an official goal. Martinelli, I've scored one. I want to score again, sort of thing. I want my defense to say, brother, I want a clean sheet. Simple as that. And this is what the Prem's about. You're going to be playing the Vardys, the Salahs, all these Sons, these hitters. Relish it. Don't crumble. Relish it. Because this is where you see your true test, really. On if he has any regrets about how Aubameyang was stripped of the captaincy. It's a long time since that happened. I cannot go back every time there's another series. He's peed off. I've made comments on that. I was really clear and honest with my opinion. And what has been done has only been done to defend our club and put our club in the best possible position. Smash the like button. 200 likes. We look at transfer news. While being as clear, as honest, and as consistent as I can be. On if he had requests from Chelsea to look at his foul on Aubameyang. Aubameyang is an exceptional player. He did so much for us. He was our captain, and we have to be grateful for what he did for this club. So that's a way of answering it without answering it. I'm going to skip past the Aubameyang stuff because it's in a nice way, it's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant to this game. The man don't play for our club. On if there could be more players leaving before the transfer window shuts. Well, we had Leno and Lucas Torreira as well as Pablo Mari. There were a few. We had Balogun going on loan as well. We moved the squad a lot, and we're still willing to finalise the squad the way we want it. Obviously, you've got Pepe, Reece Nelson, Maitland-Niles, Hector Bellerin, these lot. Still a cloud of doubt as to whether they're going to be here or not. Marquinhos, who scored again scored twice and has got 2 and 3 for the under-21s. There's rumours of a potential loan spell. We could add something great, but there are a few players that we need to find the right game time for as well. At the moment, that's going to be difficult. He's quashed Tierney rumours to Man City. No, and I'm not going to comment on individual cases. Obviously, we've spoken about the heat. In this country, we never get it right. When it's raining and cloudy, it's always raining and cloudy. When it's hot, it's too hot. We have to say, listen, 23 degrees, a little bit of shadows, a nice breeze, then we're all happy. We have to adapt to the conditions. We know that on Saturday it's going to be boiling hot, and we need to train in those conditions to get up to speed, which we probably have done. On how different the culture at the club is now, it's the club's main objective at the beginning to try and change that. Many people participate and are proud, happy, and accountable for their jobs. I think we have that. You can see that level of commitment and passion transmitted to our supporters. That's why at the moment there's such a unity at the club. Amen. And that's something I really respect with Mikel Arteta since the moment he walked in. On if every player is buying into the culture, obviously, I'm going to skip past that because if you're not, Arteta would have got you out by now, really. On who the biggest influence on his team talks has been, I think those moments are very personal and happen in the moment. It's how you're feeling, how you sense the atmosphere in the dressing room to be, what the players need in that moment, what the occasion is. It has to come naturally from yourself. Obviously, you always have people who inspire you in life that have educated you, and that helps. On his first memory of the first 30 years of the Premier League, where he's speaking about the Invincibles, on keeping Saliba's feet on the ground, I think Saliba will keep his feet on the ground. I think he has his feet on the ground. I don't think that would be an issue. Obviously, we have already talked about the expectation that he already created before when he was on loan. He was aware of everything that was happening around him, and we have managed that internally in a really quiet way. I think it's better to stay like this because he's 21 years of age and has played 1 Premier League game. Amen. The same people gassing you up, when you have that occasional clang, are they going to be the same people saying you're not ready? On how he comes across in the dressing room, the players really like him because he's a really determined, focused, and humble boy that really wants to take this club forward. He's so willing to talk for anything that you want to talk to him about, and his aim is to get better and make the team better. On Smith Rowe, he said he needs to stay fit, train well, and perform at the level he's able to at, because when he does that, it's really difficult not to pick him. Amen. On how much Saliba has changed. The first team were really positive. His body language, presence, and confidence he was acting with were very mature. On whether a longer-term deal for Saliba is being considered, we will address all these issues like we always do. That's why the board and Edu will be prepared. All those scenarios that we possibly face. We want players to be happy here and feel valued, but we've just started the season, exactly. And you'd imagine the 2024 work has been done. As you know, Saka, Saliba, Martinelli, Pepe, Pablo Mari, Cedric at this moment in time. All of them are finished in 2024. So again, you hear talk around some more than others. Draw your own conclusions. You lot are smart enough. On having plenty of options in multiple positions, you give a different threat and create different problems as well for your opponents, because doing the same things with very different qualities creates different scenarios and gives us great flexibility with the same players to play in different ways. Shout out American Goon. Man said DG Odegaard captains himself on FPL. Leicester are in big trouble. Amen. Hope that is the case. On whether he gives less instructions to his players pre-match better yet. That's the idea and the dream. They can decide by themselves and make decisions, and those decisions are right in execution, timing, and in purpose. That is the direction we obviously want to take. On what position Fabio Vieira might play, that's something the player is going to tell us. We're already trying him in different positions in training. He's played on the left, right, as a false 9 and an attacking midfielder, so it's good. He doesn't want to be locked in any one position because he's so used to it, and that's a really positive thing for us. Amen. On whether it will take him time to adapt to the Premier League, of course. That's a question mark that's very difficult to respond to right now. It might take him now time to get there, depending on who he's playing with and how the game goes. It could take him no time to adapt. What I can tell you is that he's doing everything he can to make that process really, really short. Injury updates on a couple of players, people. Again, people, Smith Rowe is back. Well, we've already seen this. Smith Rowe, Tierney, Tomiyasu have all been reintegrated into training, as is Fabio Vieira. There are rumours online that Fabio Vieira will not be in the matchday squad. We hope that isn't the case, people. Arteta has said he aims to beat the Heat. We've already seen this, people. So yeah, it is what it is. Big up Bukayo Saka. What was that? I think he's been nominated for the Copper Award, which is for the Cooper Award, or whatever it is, for the young tugs. Them. What is this? I'm not allowed to click anything. Oh, cookies. Accepting cookies for you lot. As you lot can see here, Saka's been nominated for the Copa Trophy, people. Big him up. He got 11 goals in 38 games last season. So yeah, man, hope he does his thing. And I think he's one of the sole people from the Premier League. So that's that. With that being said, people, smash the like button. Let's look at some transfer news. Keep your opinions coming in, people. Again, what I need to do is find where I had them bloody timestamps. Well, this is an L. So where was that? That was 40-20. Let's call it that. What's good, DG? What you think about All or Nothing? I wouldn't say disappointing, but a bit PR-y, you know. For me, the bit I love the most is about the coaching staff, the Steve Rounds, the Carlos Cueva, them sort of guys. They really like how Arteta comes across, like the human element, not just from Arteta, but Arteta, Edu, and the players. But beyond that, I wouldn't say I learned anything. Hello, I love Arsenal. We all do. Watching the Cardiff-Birmingham game, Aaron Tusty is starting, going to see what he's all about. Good luck to him. Saliba has a big task on his hands today with Vardy, probably his first real test with us. And there'll be many more to come. It's not going to get easier. You got Ronaldo, you got Salah, you got Son, you got Kane, you got Kulusevski, you got the many at City, the Liverpool hitters. You know, Chelsea ain't got no dickheads either. You know, Brentford, Ivan Toney might not be nothing to scream and shout about, but the way Ivan Toney plays, he's a handful. You know, Ollie Watkins, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, there's no easy games. There's no, you know, these strikers might not be lit, but there's different tests. There's serious gunmen in the Premier League. It's not just going to be a thing where Saliba rocks up here at 21 years of age, signs a 5-year deal and never has a bad game. Obviously, the better player you are, in theory, you have more good games than bad, but he's human. And he's joining a team which is an improved defensive side, not a good defensive side necessarily. We still have them brain farts. He's 21 years of age. He's come back a more experienced, a better, a more mature player. And with better consistency, it's his spot to lose. You know, go and look at Saliba's comments around February last year. He had a bit of a downer. So, yeah, man, I believe in Saliba like all of these players. I don't think there's a single player I don't really believe in beyond the obvious. We all know who's not good here. Are people going to say this is his first real test every game week for Saliba? Probably. Let's get the win today. Come on, you Gunners. Who's your favorite player historically? Thierry Henry, Vieira. I can't lie. Bergkamp, Ray Parlour, Tony Adams, Ashley Cole. I know. Ashley Cole's a fullback. I know people. You know, Canoe, Lauren, fullback Union, Sol Campbell. In present day, since we moved to the Emirates, one of my first videos was Santi Cazorla being underrated. Santi Cazorla, Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil, you know, these sort of man, Aubameyang, you know, it's easy to know who you like. In the current squad, I like them all, but the Haaland boys, Saka, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Kieran Tierney, Ramsdale, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu. I like all the good players in it, really. Partey. I do like Jack. I don't think he should play week in, week out, but I do like him. So, yeah, man. Pink shirt status. They're boying me, bro. I'm good, my guy. You know, life could be better. It could be worse, man. I'm in good spirits. You lot are supporting the thing, offering the talking points and all them things there. I think the only thing I'm stressed about is that we're still not at 200 likes. We're at 119 people. It could be better. It could be better. I like Xhaka. I've never had to doubt his integrity. I think he plays with heart on his sleeve. I think he might be misunderstood. He might make mistakes, but I like him a lot. I like how he reacts. I see a lot of myself in Xhaka. Definitely not them mistakes, but if the fans said fuck you to me, I'm saying fuck you to all of you lot. And I'm a passion merchant, innit? Xhaka screams passion, innit? So it is what it is. And I do think I do think fans overrate his contribution and we need to revamp the midfield, but I do think to a degree he's somewhat underappreciated. He's always fit. He's always consistent. Obviously, he's meaty. He's not the higher level I want to see in midfield, and I think that left-sided central midfield needs to be addressed to see a better Odegaard and Partey, but I definitely like IMUs, man. I mean, pass and turn. I've said many players, man. And are we really going to... I'm not a Xhaka defender, but we're really going to act like Xhaka can't pass the ball. You know, I'm not saying he's the best, but Xhaka is one of the most technical players within that Arsenal team. I'm not saying he's top 3. I'm not even saying he's top 4, you know, but he's definitely there. You know, he's not talking to Zinchenko. I like Zinchenko. He's not talking to Zinchenko, Saka, Odegaard, Fabio Vieira, Smith Rowe, them sort of Jesus. I love Jesus as well. He's not speaking to them, man, but come on now. I do like wears his heart on his sleeve. Road to 10K, we march, people. Come on, appreciate the American goon. If you're not on Twitch, you're missing out. He's just kindly gifted 5 community subs. Our very own Roman Abramovich strikes again, man. My guy, 134 likes. Keep running it up, people. The doc is calm, but I'm waiting on the next few episodes. Exactly calm, but what do you really learn? Obviously, the club are never going to let Aubameyang tell his side, but what did you really learn? I think, I did like the fact of, we learned that, all right, cool, Arteta's been documenting stuff, calm. I do think you see other characters, like Rob Holding can't shut up, but yeah, man. I don't think I've learned anything. Like when I watched I ain't watched all the Spurs one, but you know, the charisma of Jose makes it a madness. City's one, Pep. I'm not saying it's a that thing. All I've learned is, you know, Arteta loses his voice all the time. There's a lot of good things, but I'd say the trailer kind of gasses me a bit too much. It don't really match up to it, sort of thing, if that makes sense. Do you see a back five with 2 wing backs as a tactical switch we can use for some away games? Of course. I can't lie. Nuno has made me laugh. Yeah, Nuno and Pepe. Pepe kills me. The man don't say a word. That's what I want, to increase the technical ability of the squad to a super high level. We learned that Edu was ready to bring Aubameyang back. Yeah, that's true as well. I do like Edu as well. I've liked how when I say the human element, I'm like, man are trying. They might not be doing it the wrong way, but they're trying. Like some of the things I've said Arsenal need to do, they're evidently doing it. So I'm like, all right, cool, you man are trying. Let me allow you in it. And to a degree, it's good because we don't know what these lot are doing day in, day out. Our job is to talk about Arsenal all week, go to work, pay our bills and that, watch us play on the weekend. So it was good. Xhaka can pass for sure, but he turns like a Titanic dodging an iceberg. Fucking hell. Yeah, man, I'm not saying he's the lick. I'm not saying he's the guy. I'm not saying he's the solution. I'm just being honest. I don't think he's a mad thing. I don't think he's shit. DG, did you see when Arteta tried to jeer up Nuno because of his first Prem start and he dashed him an energy drink and Nuno didn't even react? Yeah, man. Nuno looked a bit overawed. All or nothing just feels a bit underwhelming, maybe because we know how it ends. Yeah, that as well. But when I get beyond that banter, I'm not learning nothing. Tierney or Zinchenko to start today. I mean, I'm Tierney FC, flying Scotsman, so I'm always going to advocate for Tierney, but I couldn't say, I don't think, I wouldn't complain if Arteta plays the exact same lineup, if that makes sense. So, yeah, man, interesting comments. Keep them coming. I like Xhaka personally wise, and I liked him in Germany as a player still now, but he's not the best. Amen. What do you think? The part where Lacazette was being shown the Benzema comps needed, bro. That's what I said. I like the culture stuff. Steve Round, you're my brother. Earpod Albert, my guy. Carlos Cueva, my guy. Set piece coach, my guy. I'd say for me, just I love the coaching staff a bit more, because obviously it's not just Arteta managing. You need a team like with any other, like with Ten Hag. Ten Hag ain't going to make United lit by himself. You know, he's going to need his coaching staff, and City need theirs, and all of the, which Arteta used to be part of, and all of these things. But I'd say for me, the coaching staff, the team talks, Rob Holding being a Sid, basically, Aubameyang's flashy cars. Yeah, that's it, really. You didn't really learn too much beyond that. It's high risk, high reward football, but hopefully our defense are concentrated to track those runs. You said it. And it's not just them. Midfield got to track runs. Defenders got to keep defending, really. The whole team is in charge of scoring goals and defending. It might not be, I might be a centre midfielder, and let's just say, for argument's sake, Zinchenko isn't watching his man, and I'm the left-sided 8. That might not be my job to go mark that man. But if I can clock what's going on, similar to what Xhaka kind of did before he conceded that penalty last season against City, it's my job to just fill in, deal with it, and then tell Zinchenko, fucking hell, mark your man. Don't just fall asleep. Because the worst thing with Arsenal is when we can see goals, there might be a fool guy. Someone might have lost the ball. Ramsdale could have done better at his near post or something. But there's sequences. There's many different sort of scenarios where that phase of play could have been stopped. And in terms of game management, making fouls and disrupting the opposition, holding on to the ball to take the sting out of teams, especially away from home. General game management, first 10, last 10 either half. First 20, last 20 of either half. You know, reacting when you get tired. These are the sort of things that we need to improve to get to a better level, you know, really and truly. Forest can probably do it better than us. How you don't get out of the championship not being able to have good game management, you know, and other things like that, teams that we finished below. So that's beyond the obvious. For me, that's the next step Arsenal need to undertake, really. And yeah, I know they're young and things, but you're old enough to learn, innit? You're old enough. A lot of these guys are old enough. I've watched enough games to learn, really and truly, these sort of things. Old habits die hard. It takes forever to promote good habits, you know. Some of you are smokers. Some of you lot have vices. Some of you lot have poor money management skills, and we've all got problems. You know, if people were to use real life examples and then look at players trying to learn, it'd be a bit different. No matter, even the shittest player, like I do not rate Marie. I do not rate Cedric. Do I think they're going out there to do things on purpose? Do I think they're going out there to F up on purpose? Do I doubt their integrity? No. But you get it, people. You get where I'm going. You lot are smart enough. That's why you're locked in, man. Elite comments, people. Elite comments, man. The whole team have to support each other and encourage each other. Vincey boy, amen. We have a pretty decent team, and I hope we can get the icing on the cake to finish off the team. Ronaldo and Ralph didn't like each other, but they were still professional and made it work. He's like, bro, do you know how many let me not talk too much. Do you know how many players don't like each other? Bro, you don't need to be best friends, bro. It's just brothers in arms. Think about you lot that played Sunday League. Some of you, when you play with your boys, some of you lot are brethren. Some of you lot, it's a high and biting. Some of the teammates, I have them, barely talk. But for that 90 minutes or whatever, and again, you don't like each other at work. Some of you in normal jobs, you might not like your manager or your co-workers. You've got to just shut up for the collective. You don't have to like each other. We're not here to make friends. I'm not here. Listen, I love the togetherness. If you lot go and link up each other's families and go on holiday together and all of that jazz, that's great. I'm not here for friends. I don't care if these players don't like each other, but you need to ride for each other. Pause. You need to die for each other. You know, we're all in this together. You lot are brothers. Every time you're at the Emirates or you're at London Coley, you're brothers in arms. Simple as that. We win together. We draw together. If someone makes a mistake, cool, we hold them accountable. But unless anyone can say over that 90-minute period they gave everything, shut up. Simple as that. I don't care about none of that. None of that. You're not here for friends, mate. You're not here for friends. And I think in football, obviously, I wouldn't say everyone, like, just because I might be an Arsenal man, a young Arsenal player, I can have Tottenham brethren or City brethren. It's not like when Rio and them lot say, oh, the golden generation didn't bang because nobody liked each other. Everybody's cool with each other. Sterling's cool with everyone. Everyone's cool with everyone. But for 90 minutes, take off a man's headpiece. And that's why I like the segment between Xhaka and Ramsdale. You know, there should be no... You should be able to, obviously, some players you can shout at. Some players are a bit softer. You need to talk to people different ways. That goes for the manager and the players in and amongst their peers. But, you know, it shouldn't be a feelings thing. We have it out. We could come to blows, want to punch each other. But when it's done, we go get a pint and them things there. And, or if you're Muslim and on the halal thing, you know, big up all Muslims there, we get a apple juice or something and we'll get something to eat and we're cool after that. And no one keeps these bitch boy feelings and all of that. Anyone who's got egos and feelings, leave that at your yard. Once you come to the Emirates at London Coley, nothing matters more than getting Arsenal Football Club back to it. You know, if you lot do that, you'll all get your recognition individually. It's as simple as that. It really is. Big up you lot, man. Play Tini and Zinchenko in midfield. I know, but I know Xhaka isn't that mobile, but I think it's got to be Xhaka and Partey today, you know. If Zinchenko plays, I don't mind, but Zinchenko, Odegaard, it's a passing thing. And then, man, they're not really rugged in that. I know Odegaard puts a shift in, but I think we need a bit more ruggedness in there today, bro. But definitely, unpopular opinion, I want to see Zinchenko more in midfield than I do at left back, really, if I'm honest with you. Marquinhos looking good in his little minutes, man. Arteta just swears to add effect. It's funny, though, bless him. Arteta just, all I learned from that, Bye just losing his voice every week, blood. I feel sorry for Doddy, but his voice is just getting collapsed every week, man. Guy don't have a chance. 149 likes, people. Slow progress is better than none. We're getting there bit by bit. Same for me. I want to see Martinez in centre defensive mid, even though he's a centre back. Test it out. The thing is, though, your defense is gonna be collapsed, man. Man said nothing two Maggies can't fix. Exactly, just bro. That's what it should be, bro. You know, that's what it should be. Really, you know. There's certain of my friends when we play football 11 aside, we hate each other, bro. We're one of my closest friends. We like, you know, you have close friends. I hate him, and he hates me on the pitch. You know. He plays in front of me. I'm a fullback. He's a left wing. We're shouting each other. I'm like, bro, fucking get back, bro. He's like, what are you talking about? If I don't overlap, he's onto me. I'm like, he's like, say that again. I'm like, say that again. Like, come we go swing. Then we're like, what's all of this? After it, like, oh yeah, we're tweaking, man. You know, man. You know what? No things there. No, we got inside. It's all good. It's all blessed, man. It's all good, and that's what it should be, bro. Leave your egos at the door, man. Pull your pants up and man up, man. Respectfully. Tony gonna bully Lisandro Martinez today. I can't lie. I think United will pattern that, but I don't know. I hope so. I hope that happens. Morning, broski. 3 points for the lads today. Amen, man. Amen. 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 But don't get twisted though. There's some teammates can't shout at me. Like you can't shout at me, bro. I'm not the biggest and baddest, but you can't shout at me, bro. You can't shout at me. Everyone needs to know their position at the same time. This is why I'm bringing out the bad mindedness. Like you gotta talk a bit more humble. He can shout at me. Shit. Oh, he's a fan can shout at me. You gotta talk a bit more manners than that, because it's not a that thing. You gotta talk nicely because you never did it. So yeah, man. Everyone has one of them. Exactly. So yeah, man, keep your opinions coming, people. Keep your opinions coming. Where are we at in terms of likes? 154, 154, 154. It's gonna get all awkward, or we're just gonna sit here and stare at each other, people. What's the time as well? 12:25 on this glorious day in the UK. Glorious. So yeah, we covered that. I mean, we can quick. I mean, I don't know why I have this up here, people, but we might as well just look at it for the sake of it, you know. Arsenal versus Leicester preview. Brendan Rodgers' side head to North London, licking their wounds after seeing a 2-goal lead slip at home to Brentford on the opening weekend to draw 2-2. A case of poor game management. If I'm Brendan Rodgers, I'm angry. If I'm the players, I'm angry. I'm coming to put that today. I'm coming to spoil Arsenal's party. I don't give a crap about how nice the Emirates looks, the sun shining, what they're trying to do, bro. Go spoil the party, man. Continuing a trend that has seen them drop 23 points from winning position since the start of last season. Unsustainable. Also concerning for Fox's fans are that their trips to N5 historically haven't been fruitful, but their only victory from their previous 25 visits was back in October 2020. Make sure that stays like that. You know, they finished 8th last year. Injuries didn't help them at all, people. Leicester are the only club in Europe's top 5 major leagues yet to make a signing. They've seen Kasper Schmeichel leave, and obviously there's speculation over Fofana and Maddison. You see how Arsenal talking about transfers at Leicester, and coincidentally, I don't see a certain name there, but Rodgers will be hoping that he can test the rest of his, that he can keep the rest of his squad intact, as well as out of the treatment room to ensure his side can once again be involved in fighting the European places come May. On us, he has said, Arsenal have gone to a new level with 3 players who have come into the team. Saliba is a talented player. Don't talk about our young centre-back. You know, holding on to them isn't for everyone. He's gone away and got really good experience, and you can see him. He's quick. He can dominate. He's a fantastic addition, and he gives them presence at the back. Jesus is a world-class striker. I don't know for world-class striker, but he's a top player. In fact, fuck, he's Brazilian, world-class. You know, you see his hunger and desire. It will elevate other players. Amen. Zinchenko can play in a couple of positions to the highest level. They have given the squad the confidence and has given Mikel the tools to play how he really wants to play. Let's hope that rings true. As you know, Tomiyasu got 45 minutes in our 3-1 victory over United's young players. IG1, you want to check the highlights. Is his name Welland? We came from behind and won the game. Fucking great free kick from him. You know, I would check them highlights if I was you. I don't know how good that Welland brother is, but it was a bender like Beckham thing. Fantastic free kick. Obviously, they have injuries. You know, Harvey Barnes has a knee injury. Ryan Bertrand is out. Pereira's ruptured his Achilles again. Flipping hell, mate. But we have played teams without key players. We have played teams without key players on one. We have been shown up. Madders is on this thing. Last weekend, Rodgers' side dominated possession with a 3-5-1-1 system. Maddison found between the lines. Make sure you're not allowing that, and created good chances. They faded dramatically in the second half, and Brentford eventually merited a point. It was perhaps significant that Rodgers, despite being able to introduce 5 subs this season, only used 1, hinting he's not entirely happy with his squad depth. Last weekend, Leicester depended on their wing-backs for width. Follow your runners. Both Timothy Cassans and James Justin are right-footed, although both have often been used on the left. Justin plays that role manfully and is impressive with his decision-making in the final third, but Leicester do lack a left footer who can properly stretch the play. In midfield, Leicester effectively used a diamond last weekend, so again, the midfield battle, we're going to need Jesus to muck in and probably be a bit narrow from our wide players at times, and we're going to need the pressing from Martin Odegaard, Martinelli, Jesus and Saka. Actually, Xhaka in as well, really. He's good at breaking up play, a bit overrated. Positive with his distribution and capable of dribbling forward. In Yuri Telemans and Shrewsbury Hall, Leicester offer plenty of goal-scoring threat from long range. Don't let them shoot. And that's even without considering Maddison, an expert at shooting from around 25 yards out, especially when inside left positions from free kicks, people. Martinelli has been involved in 5 goals in his last 5 Premier League starts, 2 goals, 3 assists. He's looking to score in 3 consecutive Premier League games for the first time. Leicester have kept 1 clean sheet in their last 26 Premier League matches. The last time they did that was against Burnley last March. Make sure that's not a thing. They haven't kept a clean sheet on the road against a current top 5 side since February 2021, a goalless draw at Wolves. So that's over a year. Make sure that's not done today. Maddison has been involved in 8 goals in his last 5 games, 4 goals, 4 assists. We know Maddison's on crud. Jesus has 5 goals in 7 Premier League games against Leicester. Only against Everton with 8 and Watford with 6 has he netted more. Make sure that continues. Only Harry Kane and Wayne Rooney, when I hear them, that strikes fear into Arsenal. You know, when I hear Kane, Vardy, Firmino, Jogba, start getting scared, really. I'd say Rooney, Jogba, nah, Rooney the most scared, then Jogba. Nah, Jogba, because Jogba was just straight bully. Rooney was just on crud. You could somewhat deal with it, but Rooney was a bully. Vardy's a villain. Kane's just a nemesis in it. Like, Firmino's just don't rate us. Like, man, are doing no look in that. It's all mad, really. But, you know, again, only Kane and Rooney. Rooney has 12, Kane has 13, have scored more Premier League goals against Arsenal than the 11 Vardy has. He hasn't scored in his last 2 games against us. Maybe it's third time lucky. We have won our last 3 Premier League matches against Leicester, scoring 7 goals and conceding just 1. Make sure that is a popular trend. The Foxes have lost more away top flight matches against us than against any other side with 35. Make sure it's 36. We have started a Premier League campaign with 2 wins on 6 occasions, but not started with 2 wins without conceding since 1971-72. That's over 20 years before I came into this world. So it is what it is. Darren England's the referee. Mike Dean's on VAR. Fuck's sake. Since Leicester were promoted in 14-15, we have won 6 and drawn 1 of our 8 games at the Emirates against them. The Foxes only win in our patch since 1973 came the season before, when Vardy grabbed the only goal of the game. We also netted late on in the 1-1 draw between the sides in the tail end of Project Restart in 2020. Big up Adrian Clark in the cut. That's a scary sight. Oh, man said Chunks. Big up Chunks, but is he the best content creator where purely understanding football's concerned, or is it a popularity contest? I hear it, the game's the game. So yeah, that seems to be that, people, really, where that was concerned. I thought that was a good little talking point. Yeah, big up you lot, people. Keep the lights going. You know, the quicker you do that, the quicker we can close this stream off with obviously looking at transfer news. What you lot saying? Marquinhos has been looking sharp. Under 21's tax, but still. We just need to be consistent and play every game like our life depends on it. Football is one of the best sports in the world, and some players do wreck it. I hear that. Up at 7:26 a.m. to listen to Deluded here in America. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much, man. Someone needs to keep Telemans locked up in the change rooms until he signs the deal. Hopefully Telemans pulls a little, I'm injured. The meaty one shouting at you is always bewildering. It is, man. Especially when I know you ain't got no chest. Calm that down, bro. The worst is goalkeepers. When goalkeepers are not doing, goalkeepers are the worst. When they're not doing their job and half time comes, and I don't mind, listen, it's not, you can't say I haven't been playing well or whatever, but if you ain't been doing your job, be easy. Like, big up my guy Tobes. There was a certain incident where our keeper was giving the big in, and he literally said, listen, I saw Tobes' eyes. He said, I'm going to smack you up if you say one more thing. So while the manager's talking, I'm like, listen, keeper, calm it down, man, because it's going to go beyond football. I understand what you're on, but that's not going to run here. Certain people are more roughed around the edges, and you're just not that guy in it. So let's just be easy, win the game, which we did, and come back. It's terrible to get an injury, really, man. Terrible to get an injury, really, at this time with the thingy coming. Nani just violated us, but I wouldn't put him up there with Rooney, Ronaldo, Firmino, Kane, and them man there. Hey, DG, Aston Villa going with twin strikers, long-time football team. Arsenal should try that with Jesus and Eddie sometime. I would need another midfielder or have complete confidence in the pivot pairings before I try that. 16 more likes, people. I can't lie. If I was one of the managers, I'll be wearing a vest and shorts today. Allow the shirt to Deluded. Goal scorers prediction. 3-1. Jesus, Bray, Saka or next one. Or Saka/Martinelli. I would love to be able to play 2 up front, and we would do indirectly doing that in a couple of preseason games, but I don't have much faith in our pivot. I need to know Arsenal's midfield pivot is more functioning and better than that before I would want to see that, personally speaking, man. Marquinhos physically built for the Prem. I don't know about technique. Still waiting for some personality to come. He's scoring goals, but I still think he's adapting on and off the field. Looks a bit like a shy lad. Diego Costa used to have me shook. Him, Jogba, Rooney, Ronaldo. Diego Costa was a bully. Hazard was a spinner spot. Them man were elite Arsenal bullies. Really. Especially Jogba. Then again, Rooney's been bullying the real G's. Jogba was really only bullying when we was doing the Emirates thing. Bullying the little man and that. Where was he? At least Rooney's been doing it from 16. That should have really given us an indication to maybe try buy the guy. But it is what it is, man. Oh, why is it? What's going on there? Apparently Chelsea agreed personal terms with Fofana, so yeah, as I said, as you expect, they're probably going to get there, man. We'll have to see. Carragher just violated Never on Twitter. How? 20 more likes, people. We're getting there. We're getting there. And obviously, where Arsenal are concerned as well, we're going to drop points this season. But if you look at it, United drop point, United, Arsenal, Chelsea. If you're not winning the league, you're fighting for third, fourth. So yeah, United dropped points last week. It's Chelsea versus Spurs. Either Spurs win or Chelsea win or someone draws. Someone's not getting maximum points from that game. Pardon me. When the fixture list is kinder to us, we need to be put informed. So that means when we do drop points, there's, it's how far do you fall sort of thing. Arsenal dropping points in a few hours. Hope not. Less of that, mate, my friend. Less of that, my friend. Right, what's all this? Completely off topic, people. But Arsenal can't catch a break. What's going on here? Arsenal star dressed up as woman in sexy lingerie while wearing lipstick in X-rated Babe Station video call. Now, everyone's allowed to do what they would. You're allowed to do what you do in your personal life. It's none of my business. It is what it is. That's your thing. If this is what you're into, that's your thing. But boy, this is crazy. An Arsenal footballer allegedly paid a Babe Station dominatrix £1,000, a grand, to let him don lipstick and dress up as a woman during the kinky call. Chloe Gray has gone from being 10p overdrawn to now owning a range due to her success in dominating men. Fair enough. The 27-year-old from Dorset has now revealed that one of her clients was a Premier League ace for Arsenal, and she insisted that being asked to humiliate the unnamed Gunners footballer was just part of her job. Look at her selling a little story to the paper, getting a few quid. She could just be making this all up, but fucking hell, guys. She has said, nothing really surprised me because they call me the queen of fetishes, and there's nothing really that I don't cover. Nothing shocks me more because I've been doing this for so many years and it becomes more of a hobby than a job. It's always the high-end people like lawyers, footballers, and police officers who call up. Again, ain't this like the True Geordie thing where, these lot are dominating every walk of their life, and then obviously the flip side, they're probably turned on with being humiliated and things like that. You lot do your business, innit? As long as you do it on the football field. But wait, she could be capping. In anyone's defense, this could be cap. No one's been named. Serious NDAs must have been signed, but he spent around £1,000 and he wanted to dress up like a girl. Hey, people are allowed to do what they want, man. Do your thing, but fucking hell, geez. Fucking hell, who's you lot's money on? My money's on, let me not say, man. He spent around £1,000 and he wanted to dress up like a girl. He had a full set of white lingerie on and he had full-blown lipstick, a wig, the works. With the footballers calling in, I always think it's crazy how they can go from having such a high-powered job and being so professional to then in their private lives being in front of a screen for something that is a complete taboo. Right. Another Babe Station model allegedly said, I've had some famous people call me on Babe Station. You get footballers, particularly the younger generation, calling up and saying they play for so-and-so. They ask how much it'd be to book me. I'm always like, you can't book me. This is phone sex. It's always the footballers who would call and straight away drop in who they are. They say things like, oh, you're so beautiful. I just couldn't help but talk to you. And then they go on a date again. I say it's phone sex. It's not just like that. But because they're footballers and we're on TV and a lot of us are models, they think, oh, I like her, as if it's a catalogue they can choose from. So, yeah, them man there, boy, what you do in your personal life is down to you. As long as you're not abusing people, you're not killing anyone, you're not discriminating against anyone, you're not doing bookie underage business, jungle justice for them, you're not forcing anyone. If you want to do this kinky business, it's up for you. It's up to you. But, boy. Bloody hell, geese. Bloody hell, geese. Bloody hell. All I got to say is fucking hell, mate. Just kinky, it is fucking kinky. 187 likes. Ben White or Bellerin 100%. Listen, let's not speculate on who it might be. It's not fair to them. It's not fair. It's probably the one you least expect. It could be one of them. It could be someone who projects themselves to be an alpha male in the squad. I don't know, man. Again, she sounds like a complete reliable source, At least, I ain't gonna knock the hustle. Go and get paid, B. Selling a story where you can't verify anything and the Scum newspaper are gonna get their clips. Fair enough, innit? Go get your money, but crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know, because we know the footballers. I don't know these people personally, and I don't know these guys personally, what they like to do or not to do. Yeah, it's up to them, man. But Could it be liar? Someone does she look like she knows any of the footballers? Could be a liar, but could be but it could even be someone in the under 21s, bro. Like it could be someone that just says I play for Arsenal. Married men are being married don't mean you're not sinning, but yeah, man. Do your thing though, man. Do your thing. You lot do your thing. Nah, she'll still get customers. Like the video, guys. Respect to everyone in the chat. All love. You lot are moving bad. You lot are moving bad. Brazy, therefore Leicester fan winding us up. That don't surprise me. When you work a high pressure job, man want to let go of this. Letting go and this fucking kiki ain't there, but that's up to them, man. They might do their thing. As long as you're putting in the performances. I mean, what Saliba did one, two beaky things in videos. I don't know, man. You know, it could be Ramon, it could be one of the geezers still. It could be one of the men, them, I don't know. But yeah, man. Shout out the Americans. Big up DG watching live from America. Woke up to get ready for the game. Amen. Appreciative to that, my guy. Thanks for your support. Back again. Hey, man, you look excited. Me, as a Ugandan and Arsenal fan, I need backup of Thomas Partey, like with Tini and Zinchenko. Sounds like you lot. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Have you seen Iwobi in the pivot? Looks good. I mean, Wenger was there. We are back to football, bro. But, you know, we'll talk about whatever we feel like talking about on this channel. No one will dictate to me what I want to speak about. I respect you lot. Don't do that. don't do that. So yeah, man, you lot, like, man. That's why I bet more. Oh, fuck's sake. DG Samoy wants to leave Leicester. Would you take him? Nah. Grown to love Xhaka more now, seeing the all or nothing. Not gonna lie. I mean, if long as fans can see he's misunderstood potentially, then yeah, man. You know, it's nice to see better relationships with Granit Xhaka and the fans, really. But beyond that, it is what it is. Come on, you lot are taking a piss, man. We're violating 8 more likes and we can get this transfer news done, man. Let me look on YouTube again. I said YouTube. Google again. Change that to the past hour. What's come out? It is what it is. Hey, man, yeah, you lot allow it, man. Gerrard is going to get sacked, bro. This brother sucks. What, I guess, are they behind already? Premier League. That's crazy if they are. That's only been 8 minutes. Gerrard's defo on fraud watch. I obviously can't read into stats, but didn't we see Thingy? What did we see? Didn't we see? You made me lose my trail of thought, man. It's gone. Yeah, didn't we see he had a worse record than Gary Neville? That's true, but United fans said Eric Bailly's better than Van Dijk. You know, they said De Gea's the best keeper in the world. They said Wan-Bissaka's the best right back. They said Luke Shaw's the best left back. You know, United fans aren't exactly squeaky clean. And where Leno and Torreira are, I don't know who said the De Gea one, but where Torreira is, I still think Torreira's better than Fred. I can't lie to you, but it's not an ability thing while Torreira's been robbed out. He's just soft. Really, I understand the trolling, but it's not exactly. You said Rashford's better than Mbappe. Martial next on Reed, still waiting on that. Not exactly squeaky clean, man. You know, by all means, get on to Arsenal fans, but yeah, that. Now, Villa aren't behind, but they play so ish for the squad. They have no chance creation. Xhaka's meaty. We're not doing anything serious with him in the midfield. We're having a barbecue. I hear it, man. I hear it. Appreciate you lot tuned in. Are we at 200 yet? 198. What's going on, man? I see any of Villa, Everton, Southampton, or Bournemouth get relegated. I mean, I think Southampton could be in trouble. I think Bournemouth by default. Nottingham Forest by default. Who else come up? Fulham by default. I think if what's the other team name, man? If Leicester don't get a move on in the transfer market, they might as well be fighting it. Villa fans already turned on Coutinho. Football's a funny old game. Villa hype. Remember, they're meant to be bigger than Arsenal and that. Do you think Brooke Norton Coffey can get a loan to a championship club? Probably. And hope he can, man. He signed a new deal. Now the hard work begins, really. I don't say 200 on my watch. I think we're lying. For extra content, follow me on Twitch, Nightbot. Appreciate you. Subscribe with Amazon Prime for free to support the guy. Do not forget, 2 p.m. people. We begin, well, an hour before kickoff. We get in the mood for Arsenal Leicester. There's the link for you guys. Good morning, DG. Big up the community. Tonali, Partey, backup, and Telemans complete this team. Gunners for life. The dream is free. The Arsenal is sold separately. I cannot see us getting Tonali. And it's a myth now, really and truly. Diego Carlos is going to be a Bandulis. I think he's very aggressive. It can go. He's either going to be very good in the Prem or absolute madness. Gerfy, I don't know what funny man questions you're asking me, but my brother, allow me, keep it football. You're cool, but we not brethren like that. I don't know what to do all that, mate. Yeah, we're there now, man. BG, can you genuinely see us getting top 4 if we don't upgrade the midfield? I mean, we could have done it last year, but not necessarily. Not 100%. It is funny, but whoa. Like, whoa. Mings belongs in the United backline. Did you see Nuno's performance? He'll be a monster. Again, all that matters is you do it today. It don't matter bossing Reams if you're shit this week. So you need to have consistency, really. Nuno started well. Let's hope he continues really and truly as he means to go on, sort of thing. Lampard and Gerrard are both bums, potentially. Potentially, my guy. No, Villa are playing decently, but Everton look poor. Iwobi randomly playing in the middle of the pitch. I mean, Wenger used to say he's that. He's not my sort of 10, but he's a 10/pivot, man. That's Iwobi's thing. No, this season's different, in my opinion. Not going to be nearly as easy. I mean, it's never easy to get top 4. This is why I believe we have the capabilities to challenge, but I don't sit there and see an Arsenal team that's saying, yeah, like, definitely. As I keep saying, we could be our biggest friends or our worst enemies. Before you talk about what United, Spurs, Chelsea, West Ham, Leicester, all of these teams that typically are meant to be challenging for the Champions League places, we need to arrest every problem we have and we need to exhaust everything we have. When we can fully look at that, then boom. Nuno scored 1 goal and suddenly he's Roberto Carlos. If you had to compare your playing style to anyone in the Prem, who do you think you played the most? I'm just a Sunday League footballer. No one. Let me be humble. What? Kevin De Bruyne? Grealish? Odegaard and that? Now I'm playing. Probably Kyle Walker-Peters, man. Humble thing. Kyle Walker-Peters, humble. Just fullback, man. Humble. Like, just work hard. Yeah, I'm just here to support the team, man. Here to support the team, man. Just humble. You don't kill me, man. Kalajinac, nah. Well, to be fair, he does wavy skills. He just can't defend, really, which I think I can defend. But I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes the gaffer, I act like I can't hear the gaffer when he's saying get back. I'm like, allow me, bro. Man, not fit like that, man. I just want to score goals. Bit like Tavares, I get gassed. I can't lie. When Big up told me, when I see him do little skills or his brother every do little skills, I have to get gassed, man. Tavares, nah, man. Ask about me. One thing I could do is defend, bro. I'm that guy with the last ditch like, fucking wake up, fucking switch on. Allow it, bro. Allow it, man. Let's see how Vieira integrates into the team in terms of midfield before we say we can't get top 4 without bringing someone in. Big up Fabio Vieira. I believe you don't sign a midfielder, then it's Russian roulette business. I'm not saying I think we can get top 4, but yeah, man. Nah, I'm okay, bro. I'm okay. Not what I used to be. I'm okay. We have to line up, DG Nation football one day, man. Because some of you lot's opinions will not be valid. Mings again, this guy beat Gordon and still dashed him for no reason. That game sounds pretty controversial, really and truly. But yeah, on a serious note, we're at 200 likes. Let's look at some of this transfer-ish people. Let's cut that. Let's save that. Oh, sorry for hitting the mic there, people. So yeah, let's crack on. Let's make sure that's there. All right. Let's defo close that. We don't need to know about what Dons are doing. I want more numbers in midfield and maybe a winger. I'd say one midfielder. Obviously, if you could revamp it and maybe get rid of Xhaka and then and do something else, that's great. But them two are the point of it this season, innit? In the summer, I wanted, in an ideal world, 2 8s and a 6, just new Dons, not necessarily a new contract for El Nene. make Xhaka a squad player and just revamp it, but that's not going to happen. It's probably just going to be one in. Speaking of midfield, Arsenal could land Yuri Telemans on free transfer next season, as Rodgers reveals Leicester have had no offers. I mean, we've been talking, but there's been no official bid placed. They're willing to let him join Arsenal. Well, it doesn't matter if you're willing to let him join Arsenal next season. He's going to be a free agent. He's free to join Arsenal or ABC United if he wants, really and truly. In January, he can obviously indirectly agree terms around a summer deal for Arsenal. He can actually officially agree moving to a foreign club. They paid 35 million for him, boy. As someone that's got a lot of upside and resale value, you've shagged yourself, really and truly. I'm not too sure. Roger said it's not ideal, but it's happened before. Players have left here for free before. He wouldn't be the first one, but at this moment in time, it's about keeping an eye on the team and the squad, making sure they're ready. The club will be negotiating and talking with players' reps across the squad. Thus far, there's no change in Yuri's situation. There's no offers, so he's just trying to work well and get himself right at this early part of the season. Yuri is a top international, so every game he plays, in actual fact, every training session Yuri plays, he's trying to be the best player he can be. There's a lot of speculation about him, but he looks to prove a point in every single game he plays. So it is what it is in that regards, people. Where Wolves are concerned, Wolves to break the bank with 100k deal to keep United and Arsenal target Ruben Neves. Money talks, the rest walks, in it, really and truly. What's all of that? None of that. Apparently, in relation to Yeremy Pino, as we know, Valencia are broke, people. We've seen this already, really and truly. I think this is just certain articles. This is about Yeremy Pino's life. He's not an academy player. He isn't your traditional Spanish player. He said, my father trained me. That's great. He talked about his neighborhood and playing in the street. That's great. Where is the Arsenal stuff there? It doesn't appear that that's just organized waffle. Again, Elner Emery spoke on Yeremy Pino, and he said, there are players that count on them, that an offer will come tomorrow and they have to let them go. This is the case of Yeremy Pino and others who are likely to leave. The team is not completely closed yet. Then there's the possibility of tickets and purchases, whatever that means. As we know, Arsenal interested in Yeremy Pino. Arsenal, are you interested in Yeremy Pino transfer with Villarreal willing to sell him for 45 million? We've seen this before. Offers placed, there's something to consider. It's understood the La Liga side would be open to accepting a deal worth 38 million pounds, $46 million, 45 million euros. Although they are yet to receive a formal proposal from Arsenal, this is expected to change soon with the Gunners running out of time to strengthen before the transfer window, people. What Azuna Emery specifically said. If an offer arrives for a player like Yeremy Pino, then he will have to leave. We have a responsibility with the club. It is what it is. And apparently numerous clubs are tracking Yeremy Pino. So make of that what you will. We've seen that already. We spoke about that. We've seen that. In relation to Cody Gakpo, someone that's been linked with Arsenal, Cody Gakpo will most likely be signed by Man United, but he represents Erik ten Hag's third choice in his position. The winger was looked at by Arsenal earlier this month, but interest cooled. Other Premier League sides are keen too, but the ball is in Cody Gakpo's court. Apparently, they want 40 million euros because they're very happy with Gakpo and only want to sell for a record deal. Make of that what you will. Rinderson could be departing, people, according to this journalist, quoted by my man. I can't understand Arabic. Apparently, he's close to moving to Turkey, which, again, the sooner we can get duds out, the better, and we can have players that actually have a future at this football club, people. William Saliba never considered an exit this summer, says Mikel Arteta. The reality is that he was very convinced and determined to come here. From the first conversations I had with him, you could see that he only had one intention, get his new contract ready, to come here and to start to play football matches for Arsenal. I always say that, especially with young and development portfolio of players that we have in our squad, you have to pay a bill. And that bill is that at some stage they're going to make mistakes. Amen. Saliba, Benwa, all of them, they are. Mistakes are part of football at 21 and 35. They're going to happen. The mistakes that we want to happen are as much as possible in the training field. And if they happen on the pitch, they don't cause you goals. That's the objective, but inevitably things will happen. Amen. I think expectations and positive expectations are created when you see something in a player and it's obvious. And let's be honest, a lot of Arsenal, a lot of football fans don't understand football. They don't. That's why they gas up these players when they have one good game. They have one bad game, they turn on them. And that's fans. It's not them. They don't need to care about youth talent. They just care about football at face value. But this is why, for Arsenal, for any young player, anyone at any club, shut out the noise. Take everything in your stride. If they're talking bad of you, look if there's any truth and move. If they're talking good on you, take the positives and move. Don't get too excited. The same rope you climb upon, you'll be hanged with. So it's right. What I can say, instead of doing that, just protect the player. Let's protect him. Let's make sure he has the right environment to fulfill his potential. And when things don't go well, then we are as good as we are when things are going well. Exactly. I mean, Mikel Arteta, let me join the coaching staff, bro. Arteta aims for organized chaos. What's this? They're all human beings with different needs. They need to release energy in very different ways. And we are here to understand that and try to facilitate that. Because at the end, we want the best. But they also need to understand that in order to do that, there are moments to do that. And we have to share and pick those moments because not everyone can turn up at the time and day they want. And in the end, that's chaos. If it's an organized chaos, I'm more than happy for that because I've been a player and it's very necessary to have. When you need a moment, when you need to go and get lost in a mountain for 2 days, go and do it. When you need to spend time with your family, go and do it. No problem. But I think we should at least know if you're going to be coming in or not. So there's indirect slyly people, you know. And he also spoke on needing different characters. Ideally, those characters have to make each other better and they have to be cohesive characters. We need people that are really competitive. Some people are maybe more selfish, very wind-driven. Others that are more modest, others that are passengers. You need all kinds of characters, but you need a balance. It's a small world. We all know each other pretty well. And though 3 or 4 contracts, we usually manage to get good information about the player. You have to be yourself. You have to be genuine. You have to behave how you are, and that's it. We'll determine whether we believe that character is going to fit into our environment, but we have to let people be who they are. I'm not here to mold anyone's character, that's for sure. Okay, big up K-Trap, but that's irrelevant. Willian looks to be returning to Europe. I mean, the guy's a dud, and he's been a dud everywhere. Mesut Ozil, I don't know about Arsenal flop. He ended our trophy drought, but he's joined a new club in Besiktas. They lost 7-1. Bracy. Pardon me, what's this? Former Arsenal player Peg Lawilso he plans to return to the Premier League. Yeah, you and me, man. Less on that, the better. Tonali has rubbish rumours of a summer switch to Arsenal by insisting he wants to stay at boyhood club AC Milan. He's even dedicated his new tattoo to club supporters. We knew we was never getting him. Talented player, fantastic lad. It was never happening, you know. Just because we're linked with a midfielder in Italy, there's been Fabian Ruiz, Milinkovic-Savic, Locatelli at a point, Xhaka going to Roma, Tonali. I'm sure there's many other names. It's long. Vlahovic, striker, yes. He said, I want to show them my new tattoo. There's written impossible, but with a red line cancelling out the letters I and it. I don't care about that, man. What did you say about just staying at the club? Because I know you wasn't joining, but yeah. Joining AC Milan was the right thing to do, and my development has been a natural consequence. Being in a team permanently is not like being out on loan. It's a detail alone that counts little, but makes a difference by adding other factors. If you play badly while on loan, you can be worried the club won't sign you. I joined Milan at the right moment, and I want to stay. As you know, AC Milan is his boyhood club, people. So yeah, he said, we are alone with our fans. We are not concerned by things others say. Like last season, we can't change what people think. It makes us reflect, but we are not bothered. All right. So yeah, that's that on him. Cool stuff. Arsenal tip for bargain signing before deadline day. More Yuri Telemann stuff. I'm not even going to bother reading that. Apparently, Ben Jacobs don't know on his level of credibility, but in relation to Yeremy Pino, he said, from what I understand, this does actually genuinely have a little bit more substance to it. I made an inquiry 24 hours ago to find out from the player's agent if there was any desire to move, and got a quite coy response. Of course you are. Who are you to them? You're not working for Arsenal or anyone. You're a journalist. You want the scoop. Why is he going to tell you anything? A lot may just come down a bit like Sesko as well to whether a young 19-year-old thinks it's the right time to make a move to Arsenal with a big tag over him, and how often is game time going to be provided. So that's a factor. But like some of the other less substance transfers that we've spoken about, the reason why I think Arsenal are a little bit more confident in this is because they're moving for the future, as per Marquinhos, but also Villarreal are going to have to find income from somewhere. So I would classify this one as one to watch, and it could well move quickly. Let's hope so. Let's see. But right now, it's not that. Fabrizio Romano has excellent transfer news for Arsenal, probably an element of clickbait. This is just saying Tini is not moving on. I don't know for any of that. Big up Fabrizio Romano, but let's not waste time there. Club anxious over William Saliba as club makes contact with player's agent, as you should. I mean, if he's a 21, he's building up a reputation. Of course, other people are going to be interested. Apparently, the Gunners are claimed to have made contact with the player's reps regarding his future at the Emirates. A few weeks ago, we heard he's actually signed a new deal, but I don't know. Whatever it's saying, the Gunners are now keen to open talks regarding an extension to his current deal. Arsenal were initially not backed by Saliba and his reps early this summer when they attempted to begin talks over a new deal. And if I was Saliba, I wouldn't sign yet. I'm not trying to sign one until the start of the new year. I'm trying to see how much I actually play. Really. And of course, he should want to know where he stood. But I mean, in Arteta's defense, he's talked about him in pre-season. He's played him. He started the season. And if he is dropped, it's going to be because of him. It's not going to be because of the manager, really and truly. So let's see what happens, man. Hopefully, he signs a new deal, protects his resale value. Paul Merson, rightly so, has said, if one of our front four get injured, we could be in trouble, people. I'm not going to focus on that, but you get it. Once again, Bukayo Saka is the only Premier League player to make the Copa shortlist, people. Jude Bellingham's there. Camavinga's there, Gavi, Gravenberch, bare sick dons are there. So Saka is not going to win that, you know, but who knows really? You know, you've got some serious talents. My guy, Karim Adeyemi, hopefully Arsenal can move for him in a couple of years. Saka is joined by Camavinga, Gavi, terrific player, Nuno Mendes, terrific fullback. Gavidal, bit error-prone at Leipzig, but seems to have a good future. Seems to have a big future in the game. Florian Wirtz has been injured, but good future. That's not how you spell Musiala. But Jamal Musiala is an amazing talent, in my opinion. So, yeah, big up Bukayo Saka for that one there. Once again, people, Tomiyasu and Smith Rowe are back in the squad to face Leicester. Fabio Vieira's take part in training, but he's missed out on selection against Leicester, so he's evidently not fully fit. So, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not too sure on what this is, but, yeah, that marks an end to any potential transfer news. Don't forget, people, 2 p.m. we begin our analysis and watching Arsenal versus Leicester. Hope you're all there for that one, which should be lit. Let's copy and paste this very quickly. Timestamps all done. Perfect stuff, in it. Perfect stuff. And slap that in here. Here we have it. Pushed it. I don't know for any of that, my guy, but yeah. Considering Arsenal wanted Martinez and Rafinha, do you think it's strange Arsenal haven't been strongly linked with anyone in that position since? I understand Pino links have come through recently. Yes and no, because I don't want players that are not better than what we have, man. Sacco, you don't play football. You just chat shit, man. Shut up. You know you ain't doing this. Scouting departments at the Big Six are stealing a living right now. I would have really loved to see Paqueta play for this club. Amen. Gerrard did not start. Douglas Luiz, maybe he doesn't fancy him. I mean, his contract's up in 2023. Do you prefer Zinchenko or Xhaka in midfield? I prefer Zinchenko, but Xhaka's a bit more rugged. Big up DG. I don't doubt that we'll be in the top 4, but we all would like to see more signings, but it's okay at the moment. Villa are winning a goal to 0 against Everton, people. Big up. What is your initial reaction towards Arteta's comments on making important signings before the window shuts? Says everything you want to hear, really and truly. Apparently, Gordon was doing the Jesus celebration just for the goal to get cancelled, so he got shagged. If you have Vieira and Smith Rowe, why the need for Pino? Well, one's a winger, and then the two are 10s by nature, so I don't think the two correlate. Apparently, Danny Ings, I had a feeling he should have been in the FPL team, but yeah, it seems like that game is quite lively where that's concerned. Sounds like it was a great finish, man. Big up you lot. You know, and on that note, people, as I said, do not forget Arsenal versus Leicester straight after this. When this stream ends, it should take you to that landing page if I've done my job. So, yeah, people, big up to the 27 people, 28, including myself, who have hit that like button. Oh, why is it not copy and pasting the link? Come on, don't flop me. Thank you very much. But yeah, on that, just because I'm conscious of time, I'm going to give you a lot of rest of hearing me, and then I'll be back online at 2 p.m. across Twitch and YouTube. Make sure you're all there. Thank you for being tuned in, regardless of whatever time it is. Thank you for supporting. Make sure you're hitting the like button. You're checking out the timestamps. Obviously, you're subscribing. Journey to 50,000 on YouTube. Twitch is 10,000. Make sure you're following on Apple Music, on Spotify, on Twitter, on Instagram. All links are in the description. Most importantly, you lot enjoy your weekend, what's ever left of it, people. But yeah, man, I don't want to ruin anything for you. Did Bailey scored now? I don't know. But yeah, man, on that note, safe, people.
There's always just that active red flag. Defenders, I think, like